Hello, sports fans. Jamie Hughes in here for this week's Sports Talk. Again, we say to all of you that are tuning in or will tune in that we hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful Thursday, July the 11th, as we bring you this show from Garner, Kentucky. I think we've got a couple more guests coming on, going to join me a little bit, but I'll tell you, we got a bunch to talk about regardless of how many gets to make it on. Of course, big news out of Pippa Passes, Kentucky. Coach Scott Cornett grabbed one of the top players in the 14th region. I kind of thought that would happen, but didn't want to make note of that until it is signed, sealed, and delivered, and it is. We'll tell you who that player is coming up here a little later on. Of course, we're going to look and talk about the big Jamie Sloan Moe Memorial. Wow, that was such a fun night for us as we saw a local driver pick up that $4,519. Then we'll talk a little high school football. This week coming, hopefully we'll be on some high school football fields, interviewing players and coaches and getting ready for Friday Night Lights, as James Sandlin likes to call it. It'll be a fun time, guys. And you all let us know where you're watching from and by any means and all means who you're looking forward to watching in football, or if you had a chance to go to any of those big dirt track races. Had a big race at Lake Cumberland, big race at Rockcastle, big race down at Thunder Mountain. We're going to try to talk about all of them. Of course, big races coming up. I tell everybody, and sometimes people think it sounds a little strange, but if I were advertising in dirt track racing, now's the time I'd be starting. I really think July, August, and September are your three most dynamic months of the year. And then, of course, September gives way to the October weather, and it's just, wide open if you can get the races in because of the cold weather and so forth. But right now, though, we're just getting this one started off. There's Lyle Watson tuning in. Hello, Lyle. You guys be careful again if you're on that road out there traveling, and let us know again where you're watching from and what's on your mind as we talk about it right here on Sports Talk. Let's take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this word from my friends from the Bank of Hyman.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Hicks Brothers Construction knows that times are tough and your money is hard to come by. That's why they pledge to always do the job right the first time. Specializing in backhoe work, septic systems, house seats, and road work. No job is too big or too small. Hicks Brothers Construction, a name you know you can count on. Call 606-785-4838. That's Hicks Brothers Construction.
Take the short drive to satisfaction with the Tim Short Auto Group. Up to 5,000 vehicles to choose from. Shop online or in person.
Hey, I'm Tim Short. I'd just like to invite everybody out to one of our 27 locations, or check us out online at timshortautogroup.com.
Take the short drive to satisfaction and bring home your new vehicle.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad, turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau. big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
I like that commercial. I don't know if I like it the most about the fact that the guy says next time he'll just go to the game, or if it's like me and I can see myself. I don't have trouble using the remote. I have trouble keeping up with it. Won't some of you geniuses invent a way to keep up? And I know there's the remote caddy, but ain't nobody's wife's gonna let them put that over the armchair of their couch. But anyhow, hello, how are you guys doing? There's Kenny Mosley. Where's the 22 car, man? It's time to throw that flag on the 22. I know you guys ready to go racing. And there's David Perry. Says, why don't Mountain Motor have a big series come to town, David? They just did, and they got another one coming. Again, the American All-Star Series, biggest pro late model series you'll see in the country. Brought 26 late models on hand this past weekend, packed the house for, without a doubt, one of the biggest crowds, certainly of this season, to watch a race. And announced this week that the Ultimate Series is coming to town for the Tim Breeding Memorial. How about that? Ain't that cool as all get out, man? Again, as it was announced, the Tim Breeding Memorial coming up, and that Ultimate Series, Ultimate Heart of America Ultimate Super Late Model Series. We got different things we can talk about with them throughout the night. You guys let us know where you're watching from and what you got on your mind. Like I said, we can talk football, we can talk basketball, baseball. We will talk a bunch of dirt track racing, as we should each and every week anyway, right? And again, congratulations to Brandon Fouts, as Mr. Brandon Fouts took the checkered flag at Mountain Motor Speedway. Folks, there's performances, and then there's what he done over there Sunday night. Some of the top drivers in the country, and Brandon went out and pulled off the trifecta. He set fast time, won the top 6 fast dash, and then he went on to take the checkered flag, as you can see there in the winner's circle at Mountain Motor Speedway. And congratulations to Brandon Fouts as he got the job done there. Nice win for him and that Longhorn chassis. They'll be the first to tell you they wanted this one, folks. And as they should have, again. But let's, if we can, try to get you the rundown of all of them that are that participated in that event there with the American All-Star Series. A big shout out again to that series for doing a fantastic job as always. You wouldn't expect anything less from a Joseph Russ ran program, and I think it's just a neat to get to say we were part of that. Had a 2-day show now, folks, okay? And anytime you run 2 days back to back like they did Saturday, Sunday, instead of Friday, Saturday, but either way, you can know that things sometimes wear down a little bit. And a couple of drivers maybe are going to get caught up in a wreck on the first night that don't get to make it to the second. But still yet, we had a bunch of drivers that were capable of winning, and a lot of drivers that put on performances for the kids and the kids at heart that was there. But the American All-Star Series, 4,500 to win. Jamie Sloan Memorial was won by none other than Brandon Fouts. Bailey Lowe put on a show. I'm telling you, that's a driver that you got to watch for the rest of the season. I won't be a bit surprised if he's not knocking on the door of a championship there. Trevor Sice, you knew we couldn't have a race at Mountain Motor and a Sice not be in the top 3. Trevor done an outstanding job, got himself a top 3. Stephen Marler and Stephen Martin, the Bigfoot, come across the big mountain there on Jenkins, Kentucky, from Harlan, I think it is. He got a top 5 finish. He finished 4th. Skylar Marler was 5th. Zach Sice 6th. Shannon Thornsbury 7th. A.J. Hicks, I felt like A.J. was coming. I even nudged the guy sitting beside me, and I said, I think that Hicks cat's looking for the last 10 laps. The only problem with that is sometimes Lady Luck will frown upon you. And she did for A.J. Hicks. He cut a tire, I think it was. No, actually, electrical trouble. And the latter part of that race still come away with a top 10 finish. But I think A.J. had a podium finish in store. How about Breathitt County's Jonathan Couch? Couch finished 9th. And Ralph Francis round out the top 10 there. Again, got a bunch of people watching. There's Larry Combs tuning in. Let me back up to my buddy Mark Sloan. He says, great racing Sunday at Mountain Motors. So glad to see the car crowd. Philip and his family deserve it. Mark, amen. 100% say that. I agree with you on that. Tyron Griffith says, I seen where Mr. Basketball Travis Perry hit 59 three-pointers from that corner. I'm already loving the Mark Popper. I'm not going to lie, Tyron. That's pretty neat. There's my buddy Jason Hall. Jason, the Big Show, got himself a big win this weekend. Let's go ahead, since we know he's watching. We'll talk about him, brag about him, and all that stuff, especially since I didn't do too good a job from the announcer's tower. I was sidetracked, trying to make sure the kiddos got their money from that foot race. And, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But Jason Hall and my buddy Brent Smith in the winner's circle, smiling from ear to ear there as they got the checkered flag at Mountain Motor Speedway in the sport mod class, guys. Where y'all at, though, by the way? I'm telling you, now we had some really good sport mods, but we need to get that car count up a little bit more. Ain't no reason we can't see 20 of them over there for what he's paying. But when it's over, Jason Hall got the win. Scott LeMaster moved up a couple spots to finish second. Nick Mason also moved up 3 spots from 6th to 3rd. Nick gets a podium finish. I don't know if Nick has run a race this year in which he ain't been in the top 3. Now you think about that. That's pretty cool. Andrew Skeens with the top 5, and Connor McKenzie rounds out the top 5. Dakota Rayburn, Brent Sloan, Kyle Klein, Aaron Hall, and Damon Runyon would be the top 10 over there at Mountain Motor Speedway in Isom, Kentucky. And again, that's in the sport mod class there. Let's get a few more shout-outs here before we go back, but we can do that and kind of keep up with everything too. Gary Mullins watching us from Dema, Kentucky. I wonder if there's anybody over in Beaver, Kentucky celebrating this weekend. You know they were, as Gary Mullins alludes to it. The Bandit is the real deal. You better believe it. He is, guys. And if anybody wondered, first of all, you ain't watched him race, how good Brandon Fouts is for this weekend should have sealed the deal. And what really impressed me the most about it, or probably equally impressed me, is when I did the pre-race interviews. I interviewed about 10 drivers. Those are on the video section of tonight's or Facebook Live here. Of those 10 drivers, ladies and gentlemen, probably 5 of them said to win, you got to beat Fouts. You got to be as fast as Fouts. You got to know where Fouts is. In some fashion, they tip their hat to him. And when you get that kind of respect from your fellow competitors, that's pretty cool. It is. Very, 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 very cool. Lenny Bates says, you're awesome. No, I'm not, Lenny, but you are, man. Got that Hard Charger award. Congratulations to you, big dog. I told Lenny in the interview that he and I did, I said his numbers keep getting better. And he said, well, I got a big motor, or not a big motor, but a new motor. And Lenny, that thing was running for you. And congratulations there on a good run, man. You deserve that. Jordan Daniels watching us from Corbin, KY. Corbin, KY. Man, we're glad to have you folks tuned in. We're going to talk about your big race here just in a moment down there at Thunder Mountain. Boy, they had themselves somewhat of a show down there. We'll talk more about that. There's the old show, Oscar McCallan tuning in. Man, I'll tell you something other. They're having a tough time getting around that cat. As Oscar McCallan took the checkered flag in the open wheel modified division. And I was bragging on him a little bit. But the picture's worth 1,000 words, they say there. As Oscar got the checkered flag in the A mods, or as we call them, open wheel modifieds, what I refer to them as. He got the win, though, and had himself a nice run from. And Oscar, by the way, what's this Martin, Kentucky deal? And I'm used to always saying from just up the road. And you went and moved on me, brother. How about the Cornbread Express? Jacob Hall having himself a nice run as well. He finished second to the old show. Jody Puckett. Puckett had himself a nice hot rod in that number 3 open wheel modified. Hunter Feltner had to work his way through traffic. I feel like I even said out loud that if Hunter could have gotten around a couple cars earlier, he's fast. And again, we're going to see some good battles, especially in the second half of the season. That open wheel modified is competitive, and I know we got a big race, and I'm going to let Darren probably fill us in on the details of it, but we have a big open wheel modified race coming up for you fans. I know the talk of the town right now is the big race that's coming up or that was announced for the super late models, but before that race takes place, I can tell you that Darren does have, I'm trying to scroll through this scrolling would be better if I found my glasses before I got on here, wouldn't it? Here we go. I think so, anywho. We're going to have, like I said, big races for all of the classes, guys, and it'll be no different. August the 15th, here we go. August the 15th, that was announced earlier today, yesterday I guess it was. It's the Tim Breeden Memorial 5,000 to win super late models. Already have talks to Dustin Linville. The Rooster will be coming with the American All-Star Series, and then hoping to snag Carpenter and Dome out of West Virginia if we could talk them into making the trek over. 5,000 to win, and all the other drivers that are racing with that Ultimate Series coming August the 16th. But before that, July the 19th, if my math's right, that'll be next Friday night. We'll have a big open wheel modified race. So I'll try to get with Darren, or maybe Darren's watching. He can type it in the comment sections or what have you. But again, open wheel modified. You'll have a big race coming up in 2 weeks. Of course, we race Friday night, and then you'll have your big show on July the 19th. August the 2nd, the KDRAs are coming to town. Looking forward to seeing that race. And then he says we'll do a big race for the sport mods in the end of August. And so, hey, there's Gunnar Johnson Racing tuning in. How you doing? There's Bubba. Good to see you too tonight, my friend. You guys had yourself a good weekend, I felt like. And I think coming and racing at Mountain Motor maybe a week or two before that big race helped you dial that thing in a little bit. And we're glad to have y'all. Hope you'll get back over, and wish you guys nothing but the best of luck for the rest of the season. I want y'all to know that. Everybody hit that like and share button for us. Let us know where you're watching from and so forth. Back to Mountain Motor, though. I think I recapped all the races but one. Don't you never worry. We're not going to forget Tim. I learned a long time ago to never forget your four-cylinder class, because they absolutely have the fan base. And how about this cat right here? He got a reason to have fans. He's done awesome this year, and we're very, 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 very happy for him and everybody that's been able to come over and race with us in the four-cylinders at Mountain Motor. And again, I'm trying to pull them off. That, of course, is Caleb Maggard in the winner's circle out of Eola, Kentucky. He takes the win. Marty Bates out of Pound, Virginia, come home second. Marty started fourth and moved his way up to the second spot. Good run for him. Jesse Brock had a good showing, as Jesse in that 13B gets a podium finish. He goes from 6th to 3rd. William Hurt 4th in that 919, and Zach Lucas out of Whitesburg, Kentucky, finishes 5th. Will Likens, Bill Baker, Dagan Joseph, Jackson Austin, and Corey Ford would round out the racing action that took place there at Mountain Motor Speedway this past weekend. James Sloan says he loves the kids race Sunday night. Kids running in both directions. I don't know about that, James. I got a little bit nervous. I ain't never seen or announced a race in which they're going both ways, and I don't ever want to again. But yeah, those kids done a good job. While he said that, James, I was able, guys, I told the kids to come to the tower. Come to the tower and I'll give you $50, courtesy of Hometown Sports Corner. But I didn't realize they had redone the fence. The kids couldn't get to the tower. So I had a bunch of kids come up there and knock on the gate, and I was able to take their picture and give them their money. With that said, a couple kids didn't get their money. Now, don't you worry. You can get up with me this Friday night, and I'll take care of it. I took pictures of the ones that did get it, so I know who got their money. And we'll jot those down. And the ones that didn't get it, we will see that you get your money. Don't you worry nary a bit about that. Oh my, Tyler Griffith is in Lewiston, Maine. Buddy, I don't know if ever did anybody from Maine, Kentucky watch Hometown Sports Corner. So I'm going to have to go look at my map. I've actually got one. I shaded in. And so it's good to be represented on Hometown Sports up in Maine. What in the world's in Maine? Lobster. Is that where they eat the lobster? I believe it is. I know it's where they eat steak because you eat steak everywhere. I learned that a long time ago too. Back when I was selling insurance, we'd win these competitions and they'd take you out these places and they'd say, "What are you going to eat?" And I'd say, "A T-bone." Hey, finally, some of the boys at work nicknamed me T-bone, so that's what he gets everywhere he goes. Can't go wrong with them, boys. I'm telling you, you can't. There's a reason why they put them on those pictures at those steakhouse commercials. But guys, again, thanks to all of you tuning in here. I'm going to see if I can look up my buddy here and see where he's at and if he's going to be able to join us. And got a couple more people I think will be able to drop in here and say hello. A bunch of you have in the comment section. That makes the show go better and quicker, certainly when you do that. There's Delfrey Hall tuning in. How you doing tonight, Mr. Hall? I know, of course, he's mighty proud of the Bill D Bandit, Brandon Fouts, getting that W over there. But now, guys, probably the toughest thing about Sunday races, especially when you race on Friday night, is there ain't much time in between. As you can see there, this Friday, July the 12th, drivers meeting at 7 o'clock will be crate, late model racing, modified racing, sport mod, bombers, and four-cylinders. Excuse me. And so you all make plans to come be with us, would you please? Hey, guys, let's take us a quick commercial, and we'll be back to talk about some of these other races and some other things going on. Again, thanks and hello to my friends at the Bank of Hyman.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is proud to sponsor tonight's sporting event. Nelson Frazier has the highest quality American-made funeral products, cremation services, mausoleum, and memorial markers, all with a family budget in mind. With 3 chapels located in Hyman, Martin, and now in Prestonsburg, Nelson Frazier Funeral Home is local people serving local families.
On streets of glory.
Hey you, it's me, Marcello. Are you looking for a great place to eat lunch or a dinner? Then go right now to Hot Rods. They have delicious pizza, cheese sticks, spaghetti, wings, a salad bar, and more. You can eat in, carry out, or get a delivery from 4 great locations: Heinemann, Hazard, Allen, and Betsy Lane. That's a Hot Rods. It's the best place this side of Italy. Mwah!
Just want to watch the game.
That turn on the ceiling fan. Use the gray remote. Hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one. It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.
And welcome back, sports fans. There's Watson Lyle saying, what do we know about Willard Speedway? Of course, Willard didn't run this weekend, but they'll be back under race action this weekend. So you race fans up around that Willard Speedway area, you will be racing this weekend. And we certainly want to wish them the best of luck as they'll be racing and getting things fired up and ready to go again at Willard Speedway. Saturday, July the 13th. Gates open at 2 and drivers meeting at 6:30. Generally try to start hot laps and qualifying over there about 7 o'clock if you're in that area. For more information, call them up 606-474-7223. Or, of course, you can go to their Facebook page. They'll be racing super late models, UMP mods, crates, sport mods, and 4-cylinders over at Willard Speedway. So, Watson, able to get you a little bit of information about them anyway. Okay, buddy? And now, again, guys, as we said, bunch of racing action coming up this past weekend. And good showing by a lot of drivers that we knew was going to be right there whenever that checkered flag fell. And I'm having a hard time to my buddies down in Corbin getting that Thunder Mountain Speedway post to open up for me. But we'll keep working on it again as they, of course, ran their ultimate race this past weekend. I'm almost positive that I'm right when I say Zach Dome took that checkered flag down there. Let's see if this ain't Zach's picture. Yes, sir. And so, again, guys, I was trying to get that rundown for everybody. And as we do that, you guys let us know in the comments section if you went to that ultimate super late model race down there. What'd you think about it? I saw some footage and so forth, and actually got a little clip of it. Let's show you that too here.
All right, here we go. Rockcastle Speedway Super Late Model Heat 1. Green, green, green. Oh, Marler goes way down the bottom in that 57M car. We got the Jason J. Here comes Zach Dome. Marler 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Marler on the bottom side. Kevin Marler and Jason Jameson side by side. Here comes Marler. Zach Dome with the first lead, the first lap. The 17 car. In second right now is Cameron Marler, third Jameson, and fourth is Jeff Watson. Rolling around Rockcastle Speedway here. Second lap we go to Zach Dome also as Cameron Marler looking at the bottom side of him.
And again, you can get all of that race on their pay-per-view there with the Ultimate Heart of America Super Late Model Series that was in town this weekend. And congratulations again to Cameron Marler. Cameron Marler actually was the gentleman that won the Thunder Mountain Speedway race. And again, shout out to him. $5,000 to win. I was able, Larry, to find it on, I found the picture, my friend, on the Thunder Mountain, actually from the the Ultimate Series. It's got the pictures on there. It's where I was able to find that. I was looking for your top 10. I was going to run down a little bit for you, Larry, but if you got that or can get that, maybe you put it in the comment section for us, I read. Again, I'm looking, but not seeing it. And then, as we said a moment ago, I had the right driver, just the wrong track. Congratulations to Zach Dome, as Dome takes the win there in the Ultimate Series at The Rock. He gets the win there. And so, congratulations again, guys. Busy weekend for everybody that was involved. I can tell you the Ultimate Series points, man, they got closer as you knew they would. How about that right there? Again, as we look at the points, Dustin Linville, the Rooster, leads the points, but by 6. 6 points separates him. But look at the field, guys. Tyler Collins only down to 6 points. Larry Martin Jr. only down 8 points. Kyle Forgey leading the Rookie of the Year points, and he's 4th. Cameron Marler 5th. Chad Stapleton, man, does he put on a show every time he shows up. He's 6th. Chase Oliver's 7th. There's my buddy Jody Atkins. I guarantee you won't find no better person racing than him. He's 8th. Derek Meadows 9th. And Tegan Evans rounds out the top 10 there. That's the Heart of America Ultimate Super Late Model Series Top 10. That's the series that is coming to Mountain Motor Speedway. They'll be there for the Ultimate Heart of America Series race. And again, got several nice races to come for that series. I know they're locked up and ready. I believe I'm right when I tell you they're the next one time. I know I'm right. It's the Butch Shea Memorial, July the 20th. 7,500 to win, 600 to start down at Richmond Raceway. So that'll be the next race up for them, the 10th annual Butch Shea Memorial down at Richmond Raceway. And so looking forward for you race fans to be able to see that. And if you haven't done so, again, there's those points I was telling you about for the Rookie of the Year. Lyle Forgy leads that. Jody Atkins 2nd. Derek Meadows 3rd. Tegan Evans and Daniel Shelton is the top 5. $1,000 bonus to the Rookie of the Year. So that's pretty cool there to say you was the Rookie of the Year of that series and pick up an extra $1,000 as well. Race fans, again, we enjoyed ourselves tremendously this weekend, and we think things are going to get only better. What do you guys say? And oh, by the way, there's some driver changes, in case you didn't know. RTJ, of course, parted ways with SSI Motorsports. I made a post, and I had a bunch of people reach out to me off the air, probably as many people commenting off the air as what they did on, that they were like me. They didn't understand. How you get rid of, and you may not like him. In fact, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of Ricky Thornton Jr. But he can drive. And if you took his name off of his resume and retch that resume to any car owner in the country and say, here's what he's done in the last 2 years, ain't no way. It's more than racing. It's got to be more than a racing deal. Because the guy has got a resume that's crazy. Over $1 million last year. Very well may be the series champion this year. Won or competed at all the big races he's been at. It's crazy, man. But either way, didn't take them long to dub their next driver, did it? The real deal, the new real deal, Hudson O'Neal will drive that car. And a lot of cute things on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram about all that. If you haven't checked those out, just do yourself a favor and search that up a little bit there. But when it's, as I like to say, all said and done, RTJ teaming up with Jimmy O, that won't be a bad combination either, folks. Whenever you could put the knowledge of both of those drivers together and the equipment and the know-how and the go-how, don't be surprised if that don't bring another championship to that team there. I wouldn't expect anything less than that. Guys, we've talked a bunch of dirt track racing. Still yet can talk a little bit more. How about my friends down at Lake Cumberland Speedway? Of course, they held their American All-Star Series race down at Lake Cumberland Speedway on Saturday night. As I told you all, they made the trek down there. And I think I'm right when I can tell you I can go to their page and it's got their points. Of course, they got a 1,500 to win grassroots hobby stock race coming up. The Paul Evans Memorial, 1,500 to win. So shout out indeed to them. Skylar Marlar won their Pro Crate late model race. Congratulations to Skylar. And then Blake Brown. You better believe it. If that 99's there, he's going to be competitive. And he was indeed. I got a few pictures too. I better back up and put in here, I think. When we work as hard as we do to put these pictures in, we need to show them to you, all right? There we go. Again, that's from Lake Cumberland Speedway this weekend. And that, of of course, is Skylar Marler getting the American All-Star Series checkered flag there. How about the puppy dog in this one? Looking on at the big check, wondering how many kibbles and bits can you buy for $2,000? Well, Blake Brown about to find out as his dog watches on and he wins and goes to the winner's circle there. I thought that was a pretty neat picture somebody captured there. Then, again, guys, we just salute all these drivers. That's next one up is the number 11. Pretty sure that's the hobby stock, right? Yes, indeed, of Michael Courtney. Shane Bullock finished second. Hudson Collett, Kyle Todd, and Jason Todd at Lake Cumberland Speedway. They're getting those top fives. How about this class here, guys? Be honest, I don't know if I had a chance to watch them in person, but a lot of the fans really enjoyed the performance that was put on by these competitors here in the Tri-State Legends Series. Tanner Jones got the win. Joe Warning finished second. Lucas Mannion third. Caleb Maben fourth. And Queed Schoonover said slide on over as he gets top five finish there. Again, we'll go real quickly here. I think I got one more. We will make sure we get them all in, right? It's David Marler. How about the Marler going to the winner's circle? In that hobby stock feature, you know David's going to be one of the favorites to win that $1,500 to win hobby stock down there this weekend. Blake Brown finished in second, Thomas Neal third, Randy Hacker, and Evan Decker would round out the top five there. I see my buddy Vance Hurley on here. Says, football has officially started, fellas. Dead period is over. You ain't wrong, Vance Hurley. Let's come back and talk a little football. How about it, guys? We'll be back with more Hometown Sports Corner. We'll talk a little bit pigskin here, if you guys want to do so, after this word from Alice Lloyd College.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Dr. Fran Hughes is a graduate of Alice Lloyd College and Pikeville's osteopathic medicine. Dr. Hughes has spent the last 12 years serving the people of Eastern Kentucky and was most recently promoted to an associate professor in her department with the University of Kentucky. She's now seeing patients at Quantum Healthcare in Hazard, Kentucky, the clinic where she began her profession. While walk-ins are welcome, you can also call the clinic to schedule an appointment with Dr. Fran Hughes.
Ain't that the prettiest doctor in the country? I can say that because that's my wife. But I do think she's beautiful. But hello to all of you that are tuning in here on Hometown Sports Corner Sports Talk. I ain't right sure where my buddy James Sandlin's at. He may have had to go to Frankfurt and get some stuff taken care of. And if so, then that might be the reason why I haven't heard hiding or higher of him this evening. And just to say that, I get a message here from him, so he'll be joining me in a minute. And I'd rather wait and dive into some of this football talk with him. But Vance Hurley is right. Vance said before the break, he said, high school football has officially started, fellas. The dead period is over. And, you know, Vance, I'm having a hard time, though, understanding why the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's team football schedules are not posted. I'm able to find several schedules. In fact, I think I found 5 that we can show you and talk about here a little later on and use it to start diving into some of the announcements and so forth. But I just couldn't understand why they wouldn't know where to be found. I did indeed, sir. No doubt about it. And I ain't the only one that says that. And I ain't the only one that done that either, my friend. But kicking your coverage, Vance. Did you ever kick? You've played just about everything else in the football and basketball. Did you ever kick or punt? Those fellas make it look easy, but then you watch these other guys and they miss it so bad it makes you realize it ain't as easy as some of them makes it look. I can tell you that. Roy Francis, hello, my friend. Hello, Roy. How you doing, brother? Roy, I said the only thing bad about Sunday races is you don't get much time to rest for the next Saturday. But the other bad thing for me, of course, I'm going to go to church. I'm going to put church first regardless. So I did that. I went to church, and then after church, I got my car and headed to the racetrack. But it didn't give me much time to talk to people. I did those driver interviews, Roy, and just got to speak to you and a few people, not many at all. But what do you think about it, Roy? It was pretty good fun, pretty good night of racing, I felt like, this past weekend, brother. And Vance answering my question says there's some drama about coaches trying to fix schedules and so forth. Well, Vance, I wasn't meaning nothing about you told that you had took off. I was talking about before you had to have the surgery. I never did have. I've always thought I could do it, but I just never was brave enough to do it in front of a bunch of people. So maybe we can talk Coach Mullins into leaving the tee there with me and a football, and I can see someday. It'd probably be about like, was that Charlie Brown and Lucy? She'd always pull the football away from him, and he'd fall. That's about what would happen when I went to kick the football, I'm afraid, Vance. But guys, again, as we're continuing to move on here just a tad bit and talk a little high school football if we can. Roy says his birthday's Friday night. Well, happy birthday, Roy. Didn't realize, yes, actually I did. We talked about that once before. My anniversary's Friday, Roy. And so once before that come up in a conversation with me and you that your birthday and my anniversary is the same time. But anyway, happy early birthday, Roy, my friend. Guys and gals, let's go to Leslie County. How about it? Can we head down to Hyden, Kentucky, Tim Couch country, and look at their schedule? Knott County Central and Harlan County to start things off with. This is the scrimmages. They put their entire calendar on this one, and this is Leslie County's 2 scrimmages with Knott County and Harlan County, and then they open up the season with Prestonsburg Black Cats on August the 3rd, I believe it is there. And then they'll follow that up then with a matchup with those Jaguars of Floyd Central. That should be a good one. I think that Leslie County Floyd Central football matchup could be a dandy. Then I know that the McGoffin County and Leslie County matchup is going to be a doozy. Then they'll play another home game. We got 3 home games in a row, starting with McGoffin, and then on September the 3rd, I believe it is. Then they follow that up with Harlan County, the Green Dragons, and then Clay County. And so that's 3 home games in the middle of that Leslie County schedule. Then they go on the road for 2 doozies. Have to go to Paintsville and to the Admirals of Danville. Always historically a good football program. Then speaking of tradition, they get to host, they being Leslie County, those Breathitt County Bobcats. They'll come to Hyden, Kentucky, and then that would be senior night, by the way. Final home game of the regular season for Leslie would be Breathitt, and then they'll have matchups with Somerset and Pikeville. So Again, I'm excited for Leslie County football. I expect Collett to have a huge year. I usually say big year. That's my saying, is you done it big. But I expect him to have a huge year, guys and gals, as he, of course, will look to make some noise in a lot of competitions for top quarterbacks in the mountains and so forth. But he better be ready when you're playing Danville, Pikeville, Breathitt, Paintsville. You know, that's a pretty tough schedule for Leslie County. But what you say down in Hyden, Kentucky, are you ready for it? If so, we'll keep looking again to the matchups that are coming just around the corner there for you Leslie County Eagle fans. And as I said, I got about 4 or 5 schedules that I was able to find here. Of course, I know Big Vance is watching because he was just in the comment section talking a moment ago, as I like for all of you to do. One of the greatest ways to interact with us on Hometown Sports is to chat it up with us there in the live comments. How about Knott County opening up things as they did last year with Jenkins? Only this time it's at home. The Knott County Central Patriots will have their home opener on August the 23rd. Then they get to welcome Jackson County. And I haven't forgotten the hospitality that we got down in Jackson County. And that's about all I'll say about that. But they get to come to our place this year. Lynn Camp will come to Knott County as well on first Friday of September. I wonder if that will be the Gingerbread Bowl. I'll have to get with my buddy. Just so happens that James Sandlin knows somebody. That's his brother, of course, Zach's over the chairman of the Gingerbread Committee. But anyhow, Lynn Camp's coming to town on September the 6th. Then Knott County will go to Betsy Lane. They'll go to Phelps. They'll host Morgan County. They'll go to Floyd Central in what I think could be the best game of the year for Knott and Floyd. We'll talk more about that later on down the road, but I have my reasons on why I say that. They'll have a bye week the second week of October. Then they host Martin County. Actually, they go to Martin County. And Martin County, of course, fans, is the place that James Sandlin was driving, yet he says, I got us lost. Now, you all figure that one out, why don't you? But Martin County, we go to Martin County. Knott County then will host Prestonsburg. The Black Cats will come to town. And then they finish off the regular season at East Ridge. And Vance in the comment section there, and I kind of wondered about that, Vance, to be honest with you. He says it will be at Jenkins if the field isn't complete. It just depends on the turf company and their crew. Vance, am I right that when I came over to look at the field, and then as I was leaving in the parking lot at Knott Central, is that the turf? It looks like it's there in big sections to be put down. So I got a couple of friends that are working for one of the crews that are working on the field, and he said, Jamie, we're working like dogs trying to get that football field ready for those guys. But so I've been keeping up with it and want to make sure that we all do that here. But again, as we're looking at a couple more of the schedules here, why not? This is courtesy of my friends down at Bluegrass Sports Network. This is the Breathitt County schedule. How about the Bobcats opening things up? A pretty good matchup. The Belfry Pirates. Wow, is that cool or what? Right off the gate, right out of the cannons, let them get going with Breathitt and Belfry. Wow, that's at Belfry. Breathitt will be the home team at the Riverbank for the second game. Perry Central, the Commodores, anchors down. We're coming down to Breathitt and Jackson, Kentucky. And that ought to be somewhat of a football game, folks. Second game of the season, we'll see Lewis County playing host to Breathitt. So Breathitt's on the road, 2 of their first 3. Then they get back-to-back home games. Johnson Central, Man, you better get there early for that 4th game of the season. Breathitt hosting Johnson Central. It'll be a sellout. And then the Bulldogs, under the new head coach, will go down to Breathitt, and they'll take on the Bobcats. That's 3rd week of September. Then Breathitt goes on the road 3 weeks in a row. They go to Letcher Central. If you're looking at that schedule on the top right side, they go to Somerset. And as we said earlier, they go to Leslie County. That Leslie County matchup, now that you see Breathitt's schedule, even looks bigger, doesn't it? And Breathitt then will finish off the season with Danville and Prestonsburg. The Black Cats will be there, I'm assuming, would be Breathitt County's senior night. And then I have found the Betsy Lane Bobcats football schedule. And that's a pretty neat schedule there too, guys, as we look out and we see Betsy Lane playing host to the Bulldogs, Boyle County there as well. And again, trying to get a couple messages here while we're looking at that schedule as well. But you guys, hit me up there. What you think about Betsy Lane's schedule there? As they, of course, got some nice improvements, and we expect Betsy Lane to have themselves a good season. We'll talk more about these schedules and more next week with my buddy James Sandlin. And as I said earlier, I expect James and myself to be at 2, maybe even 3, if Misty and Fran will let us, football fields next week. We're going to go live, of course, for our show. That probably, if the weather will let us, we will be in Hyman, Kentucky next Thursday night. But I'd like to get to one of the other schools, or maybe 2 of the other schools, and do some interviews before Thursday night. So we'll see what we can do, and if we can't make that happen here real soon. And guys, a lot more to talk about, though. I'm just scratching the surface, and you guys know me. I'm the basketball guru. I'm the dirt track guru. Football and baseball is more James's deal. And that's why we've, I think, always, this thing's clicked for us, because both of us have strengths and so forth. Not that he don't know basketball, and he'll be the first to tell you that I've tried to get him into racing. But James will be better versed to talk about this, and then I'll stick to the interviews and so forth for us. But we're excited. I put together the schedule last night and sent it to him, and he's supposed to be revising it and looking at it and seeing if he agrees that we could do all the games. The one thing that'll make us tough for us is we're a Knott County media source, of course. But you got to wonder, as Vance touched on, and we've already been thinking ahead of, will Knott County's home games, which are at the beginning of their schedule, get to take place at home? If not, you could cure up the Legion of Doom Road Warrior music, and it could be that kind of season for Knott County Central. The way the schedule is laid out, the Patriots have a lot of big home games early, and that's just another reason why we hope to get that football field done for the guys in blue there real soon. Still got the Hazard schedule that I want to get to you. Still got the Perry Central schedule. I still have the Letcher Central schedule, the full Jenkins schedule. We talked about a couple of their games, but we'll get all them in. And then, of course, we did touch briefly on Leslie, but we'll talk a little more about them hopefully next week. Harlan County and Harlan Independent, Clay County, and then we're going to Pike County and Floyd County to pick up their schedules as well. So we'll have a bunch of stuff here, and we're looking forward to this. There's Charles Bagley tuning in. Says, "You the daddy, Jamie, the guru. Get her done, son." Well, Charles, at one time, I thought I knowed a little bit about dirt track racing. And then this year's just about everything I thought I knew reminded me I didn't know as much. Again, you can be the #1 driver, leading the points in what is arguably the top series in dirt track racing, and lose your job. But again, as I've said, and I'll stand by it, there's more to it. Something else happened outside of racing for RTJ and SSI to part ways. But anywho, there's another reason why I like that local racing better, and that's one of them. What you guys got on your mind here? Let me say, a tip of a hat and a welcome to Pippa Pass's Kentucky. Mr. Jalen Huff, Sonny Huff's baby boy. Of course, helped lead the Knott County Central Patriots to all their success on the baseball field and the basketball court. Well, Sonny's baby boy, Jaden, signed himself a scholarship offer and accepted it at Alice Lloyd College today. And so, you guys know me. This is the voice of Alice Lloyd College right here on Hometown Sports. We have all of their home games and keep you up to date on everything Alice Lloyd. Glad to have him. And I think I can make it official that Landon Smith, let's wait on that. I better not just yet. But let me say this, Huff won't be the only new addition from local sports at Alice Lloyd College. Coach John Mills, of course, we know landed some nice players. And Coach Cornett now has got himself, that roster's looking better and better and better every time I look at it. And so, as they like to say, and we like to say from time to time, business is quickly picking up. As we wrap up this show, fans, you tell me again, where we going to see you at? I hope you'll come to Mountain Motor Speedway Friday night. Looking forward to racing action there. Then Saturday, my dad is in the hospital, to be quite honest with you, too, in case somebody wondered why I didn't make one of those other races. Dad was actually, you continue to pray for him. He was on the life support until Sunday. And then Sunday, the good Lord blessed us to be at church. And while we were at church praying for him, they messaged and said, Mommy said they just took Daddy off life support. And pretty good day. He's still got a breathing apparatus, and he's still in ICU. And but we're trusting God to touch and to help him. But anyhow, I said that to say this. There was a reason why that I especially wasn't at Lake Cumberland for the American All-Star Series. That was my plan, was to certainly be there. And then I would have loved to have got to have seen the race at Rock Castle and the race at Thunder Mountain. But those races produce some good action. You need to go back and watch them on the different social medias and pay-per-views. The cool thing about dirt track racing pay-per-views, if you miss them, most of the time you can log on to their outlets. And I say most of the time, not all of them, but most of the time you can go back and watch the races that you missed in the archive section. And that's always neat. And of course, you can always go to my buddy with Racing Rumble. Mr. Jeff does a fantastic job. He videos those races and puts them in the archive section on Racing Rumble. So just go to YouTube and type in Race Rumble. And he's got, I know, the action from Rock Castle. And I think I'm right when I tell you he was at Thunder Mountain. So, anyhow, guys, that's about ready to wrap us up here. I thought we would be doing more football talk, but thanks to my buddy and assistant coach at Knott Central, Vance Hurley, for being in the comment section. Vance, maybe we can get you on next week or soon. And I say soon because I'm not sure if we're going. I think the plan again will be for us to be live from the football field next week. And then we're going to try to get some interviews from some of the other football fields. And the reason we're doing 2 or 3 out a week is this thing's here, folks. July, you blink your eye and it'll be over. And it'll be August, September, October, and we'll be football in the mountains. Pigskins flying everywhere. And we'll look forward to them here. But one more time, congratulations to all the winners in the dirt track racing events. You guys, we hope to see all of you real soon. And until then, you guys be good sports fans, and we'll see you around the corner on Hometown Sports Corner. Don't forget to go to church. As James and I always remind you, you can go to Montgomery Baptist every Sunday at 11 o'clock. Or you can come be with me at Lighthouse Baptist at 2 o'clock on Sunday. But take your family, go somewhere to church, and remember what life's worth all about and what makes it worth living. All right? I love you all. Y'all be good sports fans. We'll see you around the corner on Hometown Sports Corner.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
Nestled in the mountains of Appalachia, along the Purpose Road, is a hidden gem, Alice Lloyd College. For 100 years, ALC has been providing opportunities.
Opportunity to learn from the best.
Opportunity to work for my education.
Opportunity to serve my community.
Opportunity to become a leader.
Opportunity to find my life's purpose.
Apply now to find your purpose at Alice Lloyd College.
Hicks Brothers Construction knows that times are tough and your money is hard to come by. That's why they pledge to always do the job right the first time. Specializing in backhoe work, septic systems, house seats, and road work. No job is too big or too small. Hicks Brothers Construction, a name you know you can count on. Call 606-785-4838. That's Hicks Brothers Construction.
Addiction is a disorder. We treat and we manage addiction like any other disorder. The issue touched me when I start seeing more and more young families fighting addiction, start having babies born with an addiction issue. When we have a great outcome, when we see that person coming back on their feet, working and producing and providing for their families. That's the best outcome. It makes you feel that you're doing something right.
Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court is happy to once again be sponsoring another event featuring our Knott County youth. Judge Executive Dobson and the members of the Knott Fiscal Court encourage you to support all our Knott County youth in all of their academic and athletic endeavors. That positive reinforcement means the world to these student athletes. This reminder from Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson and the Knott County Fiscal Court.
Just want to watch the game.
Dad, turn on the ceiling fan, use the gray remote, hit power, then input.
It's not working.
That's the silver one.
It might be difficult to understand what all the remotes on your coffee table do. But with a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent in every county, at least it's easy to get great insurance. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Next time, I'll just go to the game.